When I was a kid, I dreamt of someday having tech that I never thought was possible. A flying car, a teleportation device. Now, as Victor Timely said,
Science is fiction until it's fact!
introducing the RoKid AR Joy Pack, including RoKid Max AR glasses and RoKid Station. This is a 360-inch pocket cinema screen and a portable Android TV experience inside of a pair of glasses. Not only can you watch TV and movies, but it's compatible with the PlayStation 5, Switch, Steam Deck, Xbox, and more. It comes with a 120Hz refresh rate, superior sound directional dual speaker, and much more. Imagine being able to watch what you want with others in the room and nobody knows what you're watching, so you're not bothering anybody. Or imagine a nice Sunday afternoon, you can lay in your bed, put the glasses on, and watch an entire season of a show you love or some sporting event. It's so awesome that this actually exists. These are a perfect holiday gift for yourself or a loved one. Get your portable Android TV experience by clicking the link in the description right now. Well, the time has come, ladies and gentlemen. I think many of us have been wanting this for years now, and it appears to be happening. So, Vanity Fair has a new article out about Star Wars and what they call a universe-shaking changes after the Ahsoka show premieres. Says here, Star Wars undertakes universe-shaking changes after Ahsoka. Says here, oh, these pop-ups. Now, this all has to do with Kathleen Kennedy and the future of Star Wars. Creator Dave Filoni, Rosario Dawson, Hayden Christensen, and Natasha Lou Bordizzo reveal how the show altered the galactic landscape. So let me get through this. I'm not going to read the entire article because it's a long, thick article. But basically what they're talking about is that Kathleen Kennedy, who is in charge alongside Carrie Beck, veteran producer turned head of development, will not be working more directly with Kathleen Kennedy. So Dave Filoni has not been promoted to being the top creative force behind Star Wars. I know a lot of people want Kennedy to be gone. South Park recently clowned her. I mean, it's been no secret that most Star Wars fans, even the ones that liked some of the sequel trilogy, have acknowledged that she's just not very good at her job, at least not from the Lucasfilm. She can produce a movie, sure, but not being the head of Lucasfilm. So it looks like that's not going to change. But I didn't expect that to change. But Dave Filoni getting a promotion to being in charge of creative means that she can still veto his ideas, but he's going to have a lot more power than before, and that's good. Look, I understand if you're one of the people out there who did not like Ahsoka, you don't like The Mandalorian Season 3. He also worked on the first two Mandalorian seasons. He did the Clone Wars, he did Rebels. Dave Filoni's basically the understudy of George Lucas. And I know a lot of people want George Lucas to be back in control of Star Wars. It's not going to happen. He's not going to buy back Star Wars. Disney will not sell it to him. And he's also very old. And he's probably happier now not having to deal with it anymore, especially with the mess that they took the series in. So there's been tons of reports by fake news YouTubers that he's going to buy back Star Wars. And none of that has ever been true. It's not true. So I think a lot of folks had wishful thinking in thinking that maybe Kathy Kennedy will step down. We haven't got that yet. I mean, at some point she will, because she can't be there forever. But Filoni working closer to her, that's good. It says here, in this new role, it's opened up basically everything that's going on, Filoni says. When we're planning the future of what we're doing now, I'm involved in the inception phase. So this is what they should have done before they even started doing the sequel trilogy. Get somebody like a Filoni, someone to be the runner of stories, to be the god of stories like Loki is in the Marvel universe, and have Filoni be the guy to make sure everything makes sense. You could even still keep like Rian Johnson as a director if you want. I wouldn't have, but some people are okay with his directing. However, the problem is that the movie, the sequel trilogy, is unbalanced because they don't fit with each other very well because everybody had their own sort of creative vision. Filoni would have been the guy to have been like, no, we're going this way. He would have known from the beginning who Rey's parents were and the whole Snoke backstory. It wouldn't have been something they decided on last minute. So having somebody like that involved can only be a positive for Star Wars. Can Filoni save Star Wars? That may be a bit beyond what he can do, but he certainly can help. It says here, the news comes a little over a month after the conclusion of Ahsoka, an 8-episode Disney Plus series that explored how Dawson's Jedi grapple with the legacy of being trained by Anakin Skywalker, the mentor who became the galactic tyrant Darth Vader. Due to the long-running Hollywood strikes, neither Filoni nor Dawson were able to speak about the show when it debuted. That is true. In Vanity Fair exclusive, both of them are now free to discuss the changes the show brought to the broader Star Wars narrative, both on-screen and behind the scenes. They talk about Hayden Christensen and Natasha Liu Bordizzo playing Sabine. You learn a lot from Dave in general, I think, Bordizzo says. I know that he's traditionally, in the sense of how he learned so much from George, he has these pillars of storytelling that are dear to him, and then everything else can be untraditional. Well, yeah, that's the whole thing, is you can do different types of stories. You can tell stories that aren't necessarily what Star Wars has done in the past. You can go and go beyond that if you want. But like it says here, these are pillars of storytelling that are dear to him. You can't break the formula. I'm not telling people what to do, Filoni says, but I do feel like I'm trying to help them tell the best story they want to tell. That's somebody who's useful, man. That's a useful. It's good to have somebody like that around. I need to be a help across the galaxy here, like a part of the Jedi Council almost. He described his responsibilities to understand the intent of the filmmakers and being a resource to them. So he's basically doing what, like, the Lucasfilm Story Group was doing. Except it's better to go to him because he's actually worked on stuff, not just written stuff. Like he's actually done directing. He describes his responsibilities to understand the intent of the filmmakers based on his mentorship under Lucas himself and his years spent steering the Clone Wars, Rebels, and Ahsoka. Literally, hours now of Star Wars storytelling I have done, he said, before pausing to rethink his syntax. See, I even phrased that like Yoda, which he did. That I noticed that when I read that, I was like, that kind of sounds like Yoda. At the Star Wars Celebration convention this past spring, a number of new projects were announced by Kennedy, including a feature film for Filoni that would help bridge the decades-long gap between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens, a space that The Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, and Ahsoka are already busy filling. Yeah, it's within that time span. Filoni will continue developing his film as well as exploring possible second season after Ahsoka. Yeah, there's still more to tell. While serving in his new position to truly help filmmakers, it was really important excuse me, for me to experience it firsthand, he says. I can also lend a perspective on the challenge that telling these stories will present. I feel more capable of actually being helpful outside of just saying, well, Jedis are like this and Sith are like this. Yeah, he's going to work with them and not just order them around. Either way, though, this is a plus for Star Wars, in my opinion. I don't see this being an issue at all. He deserves this promotion, and hopefully we'll get better Star Wars going forward. Those are my thoughts. What do you think? Let me know down below, and I'll catch you soon.